YouTube. So, yeah, I have been trying to figure out how to find the edges of my pond. So basically what I want to do is find out where the water will be at the inlet and then determine where it will hit all the way around the edges of the pond, so I can determine where I need to dig out to move the edge back further and where I need to fill in to move it forward further, because I'm going for a specific layout of the pond, so I have to kind of move the shorelines and such. So anyway, to do that, I have purchased this little contraption. I've already taken it out of the box they shipped it in because I wanted to make sure it was all charged up and everything, but this is a rotary laser. So if you go to the big box stores to get one that has the graduated pole and the tripod and the laser and everything, the detector, outdoor detector and all that, you're looking at around $400. This was, I think, $231 or $232 on eBay. This is the least expensive full kit I could find. Now you could find just the rotary laser part for a lot less, but it didn't come with the tripod and the graduated pole. So anyway, we pull this little dude out. Here's the book on it. I've already gone through that. So this comes with, of course, the tripod, as I mentioned. Set that aside. And this is the graduated pole. We'll get to that in a minute. And this is the laser, which did not come charged, so I had to charge it up. The charger plugs into this little hole right here, and then you can charge it up. The battery box is on the bottom, and you can actually unscrew this and open the battery box so you could replace the batteries. So you don't have to use rechargeable batteries. I gotta remember how this thing came off. Ha! Well, anyway, this does come off. I have had it off. And this is not a charging hole, by the way. Okay. So this is the detector for outdoor use. So like where you can't see the laser, you can use this and it'll tell you when you've got it at the right height. Now this has this little bracket here which attaches to the graduated pole. Of course it comes with a charger. And this one has a neat thing. It comes with a remote that has the same controls on it as the laser itself. So you can adjust your level and change the rotational speed and stuff like that, which is kind of a cool thing. I didn't realize that when I ordered it. Okay, we have a laser target. So this has little magnets on it, or you can set it on the floor this way, but it's, you know, also sticks to stuff, and you can stick it onto the pole too and use it. It makes it a little easier to see indoors and outdoors. So there's that. And then of course it comes with the goggles that is supposedly these make it easier to see outside. I haven't tried them out yet, but since the project that I'm going to use this for is outside, haha. However, I'm not ready to laser the pond yet. I have another project that's also in the works, and I just picked up materials for it yesterday. So we're going to use this to actually level off for the project that I'm on currently, because the pond is a long-term project. I'm not going to get in any big hurry on it. This one is a little more pressing. We'd like to have it done in like less than a month, like before my surgery. So that's June 4th. That could be yeah. Well, there's two surgeries. The first one is June 4th. We'll see how about the second one. They're still working on the date. Anyway, so all right, let's see if we can get this little guy to work. So when it first turns on, it sits there and it makes sure it's level. You can actually see the dot moving around. Well, farther out you can see it moving around, but anyway, There it goes. Then it starts rotating. And I've got it set on high speed. So now there's a laser line all the way around the room. So the detector, you turn it on, as the laser is detected on this window, it starts to beep. Slow beeps mean it's further away from level point, and fast beams means it's right on it. Or a solid beep, I guess. I thought it went to a solid beep. Nope, that's it right there. So I guess it's a fast beep. So anyway, this is so that you can set this on the measuring stick, which the measuring stick is in metric. So I knew that when I ordered it, and I was kind of like, you know, at least it's graduated, I really don't care. I can translate the size for easy enough. But anyway, so it's in millimeters on one side, and in, I guess, decimeters, 10 centimeter increments on the other side. But what you do is you take this little guy, and it does take a second to roll it all the way out to fit this. So now I can go out, and if I say, well, actually I don't need this up, so if I want to measure from the laser line down, let's say about a foot or so, then I lower that by a foot. Well, I would actually put it at 30 centimeters or so for 1 foot, but let's say I'm measuring down this distance from the laser all the way around the room. So this, there we are. So at that point you can mark the bottom of it, you know where it's at. So on the pond, what I will do is I will set the laser to rotate around, and then I'll go over and I'll put this, the bottom of this, where I want the water level to be at the inlet, and then set this to where it starts beeping. So then, let's say it's about that high, and when it's beeping, I'll just set this to the water level down there. Then I can walk around. When I set this down on the ground, if it beeps, that means I'm at the edge of the pond. So I'll be able to walk around the whole way, making it beep, and just put flags, and I'll flag out where the water would be at that level, and then I can dig the pond accordingly. So, move my shorelines accordingly. That ought to be pretty fun though. But the first project, turn that off, I don't need to wear my batteries out. The first project is actually a shower house that's going on the edge of the barn. And of course there's going to be a joist up against the barn, and it's going to be attached, because the shower house is going to be attached to the barn. I'm just going to attach a, what do you want to call it, ledger, to the barn, and then run beams off of it out to piers with 6x6 posts at the outside corners, and then build a deck on top of that, and build the shower house on top of the deck. So I'm going to use this to get my mark for my ledger on the barn, so I know that it's nice and level. So that's what we're going to do for the use in this video, which will also be the start of the shower video. Alright, a shower house video series, because I won't be doing it in one, and I am not going to do it in time lapse. I'm not going to leave the camera sitting there the whole time I'm working. I'm just going to kind of like show bits and pieces of what I'm doing to get the shower house built. Alright? So, alright, let's get out there and try that out. Okay, so here we are over at the barn, and that is the wall that I'm going to attach to for the shower house. Right in front of it, I dug a nice big hole, about 3 feet deep, and then ran a corrugated drain pipe inside of it for about 5 or 6 feet. It's about 8 feet wide, for about 5 or 6 feet, and then it comes out, it goes over here, turns into a regular non-corrugated pipe, and then comes out and empties out down here. So this is actually going to drain into the pond, but in the meantime, there's no pond yet. But the filtering system is that the corrugated pipe has a bunch of large limestone piled around it, and then gravel on top of that, then a filter cloth, and then sand, and then 3 truckloads of gravel on top of that. Now this is pickup truckloads, mind you. The gravel we get for the roads, we get in a dump truck, but the gravel for the drainage, of course, is different. Doesn't have all the powder with it. So, but it works. We've had a lot of rain since I put it in, and this area up here stays dry, and it washes out down there. So the sump pump in the barn also pumps down that PVC pipe you'll see along there, and it comes out right here. I need to fix this so that it actually enters this pipe, because that pipe goes over and now drains into that. It used to go on across, but I shortened it and just put it into this gray water tank, I guess you'll call it. So anyway, we're going to set up the laser. We'll get a level line across there, and then we'll start the next phase of the shower house. Here we go. I don't need the post for this one. Now we got to give the laser a second to level itself out. By the way, you do have to set this within 5 degrees of level in order for it to actually work. Oh, it started pretty fast there. Cool. So now, you'll note on the video, you don't see a laser line here, but it is here. Actually, I'm going to take that off so I can mark right at the... And there we go. Now I have marks all the way across. I'm actually going to be putting 2x4s like this all the way across here, probably in every third one, because I don't really have anything to nail to except there and there, because this is a pole barn, and the rafters, or not rafters, excuse me, studs actually are sideways. I guess you call them studs, I don't know. I don't build pole barns. Anyway, so I'm going to put more of those on there, than my beam is going to attach to that, to the 2x4s. There you go, guys. This is a handy little tool, and for the price, you know, Now my understanding is that the green ones actually can be seen in daylight better than the red. Well, of course with the little detector, it really doesn't matter. But if I could see it, I could just walk along with tick, 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 and be done. So I've actually got a green one on order, and so I might use it on the pond. You know, I've still got the red one, which is great in a room, especially if you're working in a new construction zone and it's white primered, and bam, there's your wainscot line. Anyway, all right guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.